Hello everyone, it's Craig. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things enjoying, celebrating, and navigating single life. So if this type of content interests you, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. So with that being said, let's get started. So today I want to talk about a really big topic, and I'm just going to scratch the surface here because this is a very big topic, but it's about how to structure your life without a romantic partner and getting your needs met without a romantic partner. And I think the first thing to say about this is that it is kind of a myth that having a romantic partner will fulfill all of your needs, because it's just unrealistic for most people. I'm sure there are exceptions to this, but for most people to have every single need met by one person, because at the end of the day, they're one person, they're one human, they have flaws, and like me, if you're not looking for a romantic partner, or if right now if you just don't have one, how else can we get these needs met? And I think the first thing to ask yourself is what current needs do you have? And from there, then you can be very intentional about how to get those needs met. You might have to be creative with this because, sometimes when it comes to getting needs met, it doesn't always come in the package that we think it is. And what I mean by that is sometimes, for example, I know people who don't get along very well with their parents, for example, or their parents have passed away. And so they seek some of those needs that they would get, like the validation and the emotional support that you would get from your parents from other sources. And it can be difficult because you still want to have parents, right? You still want to have loving, nurturing parents who are there for you when things in your place break, or when you're really upset about something, or whatever it may be. And sometimes, like I said, things just don't come in the package that we want them to, but you can still get those needs met. We just have to be creative about it. So some of the needs that could be met, and this is not an exhaustive list by any means. This list is actually just meant to kind of maybe inspire some ideas. But the first thing would be companionship. And people a lot of times seek a romantic partner for that companionship, and someone that they can tell their day-to-day lives to, a lot of the little things. For me, I feel really grateful because I have gotten that need met by some really close friends of mine that know pretty much everything about me. And I tell my mom all my day-to-day life type things, with a few exceptions. She doesn't need to know everything. She doesn't want to know everything. But it's really nice to have those people, and I do the same for them too, so it's very reciprocal. A lot of times when it comes to relationships, when I see people talking about dating, it's interesting. I see them talk about what they want from a partner, which I think is fine. I think you need to know what you want, but I think a lot of times it's also what do you want to give to a partner? And I think the same can be applied to friendships too. I know what I want from my friendships, but I also know what I want to give them too. Another need that I personally have is fixing stuff. So I'm going to be honest, I am not the greatest at fixing things because it's shocking. I'm not this butch masculine man. Who knew? But it's just not something I'm good at. But I have people in my life, like my parents come over and help me, and I'm very resourceful. I use YouTube. Last summer when my air conditioner broke, I figured out how to do it by watching a YouTube video. I will actually link that video in the description below if this ever happens to anybody. So it was really helpful, and the part cost me $25. If I had someone come out to fix it, who knows how much it would have cost. But being a single person on one income, it's very difficult to spend extra money when you don't need to. Another thing, when I first moved out on my own, I was not a very good cook. I could cook very basic things, but I wanted to learn how to cook, and I wanted to learn how to cook healthy just because that was really important for me to nourish my body with healthy food. And I also taught myself a lot about cooking from YouTube, watching videos, and I will also link those in the description below, different channels that I think are helpful. And just, even if you know how to cook, just having some extra recipes in your back pocket are always good for, busy weeknights. And, I know sometimes people think that when you're single that you have all this extra time, but I don't have a lot of extra time, so I like to have a lot of really quick, easy meals too that I can go to during the week. So I will leave those in the description below. And lastly is our sexual needs. And I know that this doesn't apply to everyone because not everyone has sexual needs. They might be in a place in their life where they don't have them anymore, or they're not seeking those, or there's many different reasons why people wouldn't need sexual needs fulfilled. That's not me. I got needs. And I will do an entire video on this sometime in the future about different ways to get those needs met, whether it's like having a friend with benefits, or whether it's like hooking up, which really is not, I don't really advocate for hooking up. I mean, I think that people need to do what works for them, and if that works for you, but I have reasons as to why I don't really like that as an option. But you obviously can get your needs met without a romantic partner for sure. So all in all, you can get your needs met from many different people, and building a social circle can be really important when you're single. It can also be really empowering when you learn how to do something for yourself that you never thought you could do. That, sometimes when people are in relationships, they just say, I take care of this, the other person takes care of that. And, if I was technically in a relationship, hopefully the person was very hands-on and could fix things and put things together. But, since I don't have that, I have to be creative. And it's also really empowering because the desk that I'm sitting at right now, I put it together myself. And, it just felt really good to do that all by myself. So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions below of content that you would like to see me cover, or if you have other creative ways of how people have fulfilled the needs in your life, I would love to hear from you. I would love to learn from you. So please leave them down below. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.